Hey guys, it's Tasha. I am getting rid of more expired makeup today. I've done several of my declutter videos, and where did I get these from? I think I went through my old train case, and that thing should be just about empty. I'm gonna have to look at it again. But a lot of this stuff is stuff that I had not only for my personal use, but in my train case as well. And some things like this right here is just broken, and I actually thought this was really cute though. This is a blush palette from whom? I don't know. But this is a blush palette, and like I say, it was just broken. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it was something like LA Girl, or one of those ones. So it's a bit powdery, but if you know how to work with it, you can work with it. But I'm getting rid of this really mainly because it's broken. And I have some of those colors in my Le Femme palette, I think, or something close anyway. And that's my grandbaby that you hear in his bouncy. So yeah. At the makeup show at Brana, about these foundations, and these foundations were from Benefit actually, but Benefit as payment for one of the makeup artists. The makeup artist asked if she could have foundations, and Benefit gave her foundations that she could sell to people that attended her class. And these are the ones that I had left. And like I say, a lot of these have never been used. I've tested them maybe, but I've never used them. Look, like this one, I don't think it's been used at all. I may have tested it once, but I hadn't used it. So I mean, there's just no reason to keep them. These are some foundations. To me, some of the better foundations. I don't particularly care for them being a cream foundation, but being a makeup artist, a cream foundation was the best thing that I could use, because this particular cream foundation would allow me to really not use any concealer, because this could be considered a concealer as well as a foundation. Let me move this up some. Let me move the light up some so you guys can get a good look. Okay, let me turn this light around here, so I hope you can see that. Yeah, there we go. And they smell fine, but this is not my color. This one is called Sugar Chocolate. Yeah, Sugar Chocolate. And let me show you. This is super pigmented. Super duper pigmented. It's just not my color. So that one, this one is Walnut. Again, just not my color. Just not my color. This one is called Copper. Oh my God, this is so red. And I thought, when I purchased this color, I said I will never see anybody this red. I lied. As a matter of fact, a guy that I worked with, he didn't wear makeup, but when I saw him in direct sunlight, he was this color. Oh my goodness. I was like, I would never thought that I would have seen someone with that much red in their skin tone. And that one is called Copper. And this is, by the way, called Picture Perfect Foundation, which is, I think they may have private labeled this, but if you go to a site called Grafton, but I think Grafton is the private labeling place, or the private labeling site. This is where this makeup came from, Grafton. And of course, here we go, a couple of other colors that I cannot use. The ones that I could give away, I did. My cousin is a photographer, so the really deep shades, okay, the really deep shades I gave to her so that she could use in her photography studio. And like I say, this has been years ago. So here's this is a concealer that was mine, and of course I hit pan, but I haven't used it in ages. I've never used this e.l.f. cream blush. It was a gift, as a matter of fact. I poked around in it, you know, and it's still very squishy. But I just can't get down with cream blush. There's nothing wrong with it, I don't think. And I don't like this stuff, and all this stuff is old anyway, except for this. These two are new, but I don't like these types of products. And those are eye crayons. These are old lippies that I just don't use. Even this one. I think this is a pretty color. I just don't use it. It's a pretty color. I just don't use it. And I had cut most of these in half anyway, and made like this one. I cut it in half and put half of it in a palette, and I had other half in the stick like this. So I put the palette one, that was for my personal use, and then this was for this one was for my personal use. The palette was to put in my kit. This one I never used because I bought it and it was actually a tester, and I don't know how I missed that. So yeah, here's another one that I cut, and I just don't use. These colors I just don't like anymore. This color I do like, because to me it's more of a my lip color but better color. But this is so old, I just need to get a new one. If I'm going to do that, I need to get a new one. Here's another one. I thought I was going to like this orange. I don't at all. Now this one I do like this one, but this is just old. This is, what's the name of this? This is called Pink Chic. I do like this pink, but again, I just don't wear these colors. And it's a pretty color. It's just, no. And I'm sure if will you be quiet, little boy? I'm sure if I, like, what's the word? Use a lip liner, I'm sure I could get away with it. Here's another one that I cut in half. This one is Temptress. And I was really digging this when I first got it. That's Temptress, and it is a pretty color. It's still a pretty color to me. Just don't wear these colors. And I've never used this thing. I thought I was gonna like it. I ended up not liking it at all. And what is this? This is Maybelline something. Maybelline, I don't know. I don't even know the color. And this thing right here, this to me is the worst crap. This melted latex lip, oh my god. It's so goopy and icky. When I first tried it, I didn't like it. I should have threw it away then, but I didn't. And it may have been a gift. I may have gotten this in a swamp or something, but I hate that. Oh my god. On so many different levels. This right here is just old. It even smells like it. You know, it smells like it's just, what's the word? Rancid. This was an eyeshadow primer. Actually, it was a DIY primer. And I'm actually surprised that it's still it hadn't dried out. But I'm gonna trash that. And y'all, please forgive that noise from that baby. This right here is empty. This is a Mary Kay foundation. And the story behind this is I went to one of my makeup shoots that I had to do. And the makeup, the photographer, she would bring this type of foundation. That's where I learned about this from, was from the photographer, because this was the type of makeup that she used. And she would bring the foundations. So whomever she had to do the makeup last, they had kept all of the deeper shades. When I tell you all the deeper shades, all of them. Luckily, there was a Mary Kay person at the photo shoot. So I asked her to sell me her two shades, like my shade and the deepest shade she had. And this was the deepest shade that she had at the time. And my shade was like the shade next to this on the light end was my shade, and then it jumped to this. But I did an entire photo shoot with 2 shades of Mary Kay foundation. And this is such a pretty look. Oh my goodness, oops. Let me just put it right there because it's coming out. It looked like it wasn't empty. It wasn't too empty. But that is that shade. That's a beautiful chocolate. It doesn't even smell bad, but that's a beautiful chocolate shade. Look at there. And like I said, I did an entire photo shoot, which was all day. I think about anywhere from 10 to 12 hours that day, doing makeup on people that needed this shade. And maybe the lighter one, I had to mix a lot. I had to mix them sometimes, but an entire photo shoot with 2 foundations. Ooh, child. Oh, and this right here. And I think this is gone. This is dead. This is gone. This is the Exaggerate. This is the Rimmel. What's the color on this one? East End Snob. Now, this is my favorite. I don't even know if they even make this anymore. If they do, I'll be picking up another one. If not, I'll get over it. But this is East End Snob by Rimmel. Okay, so all this stuff right here is about to go in the trash. And it kind of makes me sad, but then again, it doesn't. That way I know I'm getting stuff out the way and I'm not using it. Like I say, I'm building my own personal collection now, as opposed to building a kit. I don't have to do that anymore since I'm not a practicing makeup artist or working MUA anymore. At least I'm not doing that anymore. So I can just get rid of this stuff right here and throw it away. And I may have one more good declutter after this. I'm going to go through my stuff again to make sure, because I have a cube in my bathroom. And I just want everything that's makeup that's for me personally to fit in that one cube and not spill over into anything else. So, okay, that's it for this version of this episode of Tasha's Trash, I guess. Well, my declutter anyway. So I just want to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me for this declutter series. Or we ain't gonna say a series, for this declutter. And I will be catching up with you in another video. Bye bye now.